The Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division. They have a record of 0-3 after 3 games played. They have 0 points, one of the few teams in the league to have 0 points on home ice, which is where their next game will take place. They have a record of 0-2. They've scored 6 goals on the season. They've given up 14. They have a goal differential of -8. Now, leading the Central Division after just the first week of the season is the Dallas Stars, who are 4-0 with 8 points. Then you'll find the Winnipeg Jets with 6 points. Also, the Minnesota Wild, Utah Hockey Club, also with 6 points. Then you'll find St. Louis at 4, Chicago at 3, and then the Predators, only by benefit of the Colorado Avalanche being one of the most ineffective teams in the entirety of the NHL, is the only reason the Predators are avoiding being in 8th and final last place in the Central Division at this time. Now, for the Preds, they're in the middle of a 4-game homestand. This game will take place against the Edmonton Oilers that we're previewing right here. We'll talk Oilers here in just a second. After the Oilers game Saturday, the Preds will host the Detroit Red Wings and wrap up the 2-game regular season series with the Wings. On Tuesday, they'll welcome in the Boston Bruins to close out the 4-game homestand. On Friday in Chicago, Saturday back home to take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. So a very busy week ahead for the Nashville Predators after this Edmonton game. On the 28th of October, they will be in Tampa Bay again. Now, the Preds are about to open up the first of 3 against the Edmonton Oilers this season. The second game will take place on October the 31st. That will be the Nashville Predators hosting the Edmonton Oilers at Bridgestone Arena again. And then they will wrap up the regular season series on November the 14th when the Predators go to Edmonton for their one and only time this season. So the Predators already wrapping up the regular season series with the Wings, and then wrapping up the regular season series against the Western Conference Pacific Division's Edmonton Oilers by November the 14th. Now, for those Edmonton Oilers, 4 games in the book so far, a record of 1-3. All of those games took place on home ice. So we are talking about the Oilers' first venture out onto the road for the season. So the Oilers have 2 points. They are 8th in the Pacific Division, which is last place. I mentioned first road game, so they have no record on the road. They have scored 7 goals in the season. They've given up 18. They have a goal differential of -11. Talking about what they've done so far on the schedule this season, they opened it up on October the 9th with a 6-0 loss versus the Winnipeg Jets. On the 12th of October, it was a 5-2 loss versus Chicago Blackhawks on the 13th. So back-to-back games right here. 4-1 loss versus Calgary, and their most recent game was on October the 15th. It was 4-3 overtime win versus the Philadelphia Flyers. Skinner got the start in net, picks up the victory, goes 27 out of 30. Taking a look inside the numbers on the early part of the season, the NHL rankings for this Predators and Oilers matchup, the Preds and the Oilers, neither of these teams are in pretty much any statistical category, metric area that they want to be at this moment of the season. Goals for the Preds are 2.0 per game. That's 29th in the NHL. The Edmonton Oilers are at 1.75 per game. That is 31st in the NHL. The Predators are giving up 4.67 goals per game. That is 31st overall in the league, 1 spot from the bottom. The Oilers 2 spots from the bottom at 30th, giving up 4.50 goals per game. Shots for, this is the one bright spot in the stats and the matchup for the Predators. 37 shots on goal per game is best overall in the NHL. Quite a high shot volume, and if it can stay at that high level and the Preds can actually start producing goals, that would be beneficial. Shots for on the Edmonton side of the ledger, 31.3 is 10th best in the NHL. In the shots against category, Edmonton ahead in this one, 4th best in the NHL, only giving up 24.8 shots per game. But the Predators only giving up 25.7 shots per game is 7th best in the league. When it comes to special teams, again, neither team where they want to be at this time. 11.1% conversion rate for the Edmonton Oilers is rated 24th in the NHL on the power play. They are 1 out of 9 on the season. The Predators actually faring a little bit worse than that. 9.1% conversion rate is 27th overall in the NHL. They are 1 out of 11 so far on the season. On the penalty kill, the Preds a little bit better shape. 87.5% kill rate is 10th best in the league. They've only given up 1 power play goal so far this season, while the Edmonton Oilers are struggling shorthanded. 56.3% kill rate is 32nd and last in the NHL, and they have given up 7 power play goals against. 7 power play goals against in just 4 games. Now, when it comes to the individual statistics and the team leaders, not going to be much of a surprise when you hear the names on the side of the Edmonton Oilers, because they have terrorized the Nashville Predators ever since coming into the league and joining forces together. McDavid has 4 assists and 4 total points on the season so far to lead the Oilers. Draisaitl, who actually really kills the Nashville Purrs. 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points on the early part of the season. Skinner's got a goal and 2 assists for 3. Ekholm has a goal and 2 assists for 2 points on the season. And Corey Perry has 1 goal, no assist for 1 point so far on the year. Over on the Nashville Purrs side of things, the team leaders, Philip Forsberg, as he did most of the way last year, leads the team in scoring so far this year. 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 total points. Tommy Novak leads the team in goals with 2, no assists so far at this point, so 2 points in total. O'Reilly's got 1 and 1 for 2. Marchessault has no goals but 2 assists for 2 points. And Luke Evangelista, no goals but 2 assists for 2 points as well, to be tied for second on the team in scoring. In net anticipated matchup sees UC Saros getting the start, 0 and 2 on the season, 4.19 goals against average, 8.55 save percentage. Missed the season opener with an injury, has come back and played both games since. And, well, let's face it, the team in front of him has not looked very good, so it's hard to truly evaluate the starting netminder, but those numbers have to improve dramatically and quickly. Skinner, over on the other side of things, he has certainly had this same conversation about him before, and his numbers at the beginning of the season are not stellar. 1 and 2 record, a 4.42 goals against average, 8.45 save percentage. So someone who is struggling is going to pick up a victory in this game for the Preds. Will it be their first victory of the season? Will the Edmonton Oilers continue their dominance over the Nashville Purrs as they have the last several seasons? McDavid and Draisaitl have, again, terrorized this Nashville Purrs team, whether it's here at Bridgestone Arena or in Edmonton. It hasn't made any difference. Those two